Hi, my name is Terry Lee, and this is video 4 of our Template Keeper series. Now, that was my phone reminding me of something. I'll go see in a minute. We've put our Template Keeper together. We've put paper on it so far, and now we have the 2 smaller envelopes that we're going to put inside this, and we're going to go over in this video how to do that. And then if we have enough time, we're going to go ahead and talk about the templates a little bit. So this is a small business envelope, and we're going to use 2 of them. When you open them up, normally they have this security pattern on the inside, and you don't want to see this when you are putting your envelope in here, because you're going to put it in like this, and then you would see that blue check right there. Now mine are black because in the first video I told you I was going to use one type of a paper, and then I decided to use a different paper, but I had already inked up my project with the hickory smoke. So I'm going with the hickory smoke even though I have different papers. And that's why I went ahead and did the insides of my envelope black. So you're going to need just some craft paint. I use apple barrel. As you can see, I use the lid for the palette. And this is a 16-ounce bottle, and I got it for, I don't know, $6, something like that, in black, on Amazon. Now, you can use whatever color you like. You can't use magic markers for this. I've tried, because it goes through and shows through the envelope, and you would think, well, why does that matter? Well, you're going to see the edges even though you've got the paper on there, and you can't ink it. In fact, I didn't ink that very well. If you can see magic marker through there, it just doesn't work. However, with the acrylic paint, you can just paint it on, and the paper will look a little wrinkly at first, but once it dries, it flattens right out, and so you're fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a paintbrush, and you're going to do a couple of strokes, and then you're going to be done. You're going to open your envelope out like this. Yeah, I guess I should have started with that part. You're going to carefully disassemble your envelope, and I wanted to show you because I also cut off this little part here. You see where the envelope comes up right here, and it stops, and then there's this little extra part right here. I'm looking to the left, so it's like trying to point at something that you're not looking at. Well, actually, it's not like that. It is that. So the end of the back of the envelope is here, but that little side piece right there sticks out, and it makes you end up having to have a template to cover the back of your envelope. Since we're storing templates, there's no reason to make another template. So what I do is I take those little points and I cut them off. So to do that, while you're in, you can just fold it back up if you've already opened it out. It doesn't matter. Just draw a little line with a pencil about where that is. And then you're just going to take some small scissors and just cut it off. Just go up to the fold and then cut it down this way, and it'll come right off. Okay, and then it makes it square, and when you go to put paper on it, then you just have to make a rectangle. Okay, let me do this other side real quick. So now for this project, or for this part of the project, you're going to need these 2 small business envelopes, and then you're going to need the paper to cover them. Now you're going to need these papers. I'm looking at here. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 inch wide by 6 3/8 inches long. That's going to go in here, and you're probably thinking, why we paint it if we're going to put paper on it. Well, you're still going to see the seam. Okay, then we're going to need 2 pieces of paper. My dog has lost his mind. Okay, got that taken care of. So you'll still see the seam area. All right, so we're going to have to put a piece of paper. This is the one I've done already. Going to have to put a piece of paper right across here. So I just picked some scraps from when we did this in here. Okay, and I did one in the, oh no, I did 2 the same color. Yeah, they're the same. All right, then you're going to need 2 pieces of paper that are 3 9/16 by 6 1/2 for the front of the envelope. And then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 3 inches by 6 1/2, which are the backs of the envelopes. And then of course you're going to need that paint. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take this paper and we're going to glue it on. Sure we are. We're going to, oops, before I do the glue. That's why you always see me with these around my wrist and a little thumb hole showing through. It's not like I don't know how to wear them. And of course I labeled everything, front, back, inside, when I cut them, because I did both at the same time. Both envelopes, I mean. This is easy to do. I wasn't going to show it at all. I was just going to say put the paper here, put the paper there. But then I realized that not everybody has seen all of my videos. And if you haven't, why not? I'm up to 60 now. Well, actually, by the time you see this, I'll be up to 70. So that's a lot of videos you have to catch up on. All right, so we've glued that in there. Now we got to, I leave the envelope open while I glue the other 2 papers on. Because we're going to glue this one on the back. Well, I guess we're not, because for some reason this one isn't the right size. All right. Yep, it's shorter than that one. I wonder what I did. We're going to glue this onto the front, and then we're going to go over to the example that has the paper already on it. Okay. Ta-da! Now you don't have to do this part, because that's the part that's going to be stuck up inside when we install these. Well, just the one, because obviously I'm going to have one that's not completely covered. And you can cover them once you've put them in. It's just a lot easier to do it like this because they're laid out flat. If your pattern has a direction, you're going to want to make sure to check it out. I used these 2 kits that I put together, and I used different papers out of each one. And one is called Collage. I'll look in just a second and tell you what the other one is. And I'll tell you who they're by. I think I probably did that in video 1, but just in case, I used Collage Pages by Janie B. And then I also used Paper and Lace by My Porch Prints. I had to look way far away for that, and I can't read that far. Okay, so once you get that done, once you get all the sides done, then all you have to do is reassemble the envelope. I can hear my dog in there going, woof. All right, now you're all done. See? Everything's all done. All right, so now what you're going to do to put it inside your template keeper, the keeper of the templates, the small templates anyway. I'm going to have to make a larger version. I'll make a video on that too, because I'm going to have to use manila folders, I believe. Okay, so you need to decide where they're going to go inside where the pockets are. So on this side there are 2, and on this side there's only 1, plus this is the back. So I think I'm going to use these 2 on the inside here as the places that I'm going to install my envelopes. Now you can put them, and these are just to hold smaller little templates, like maybe, you know, you get those little tags and things like that. And also, since you can't see inside these, I'm going to ink that up better before I put it inside there, that's for sure. I have a brush, like a makeup brush, but this is more precise. Anyway, I'm going to put labels on mine, and that way I'll know what's inside. Like, I'm going to make up a page of words that are like tags, pockets, corners, you know, etc. So that way I'll know what's inside each section. So if I get that put together and I think they're something you guys might want, then I'll make that file available. So you see how you can still see the black even when you've got the envelope installed, and that's why you want to use the paint. Also, you can choose to put it in the middle, aligned with the top, or aligned with the bottom, or anywhere in between. You can put it anywhere you want. So I'm going to, I think, put one at the bottom and one at the top. So all you have to do to install them is you take the tape off. Don't worry about the tape or the pre-made tape there. And then you're just going to glue the cover. You can glue it right over that glue that's on there. Put this on before I have a volcano of ink, glue. And then you're just going to slide it in there. Make sure to slide it right up here, but not so close that you won't be able to close it. And then you also want to remember that you're going to be putting stuff in it, and you're going to be put stuff inside that pocket. So you want to make sure you have enough room for it to close. See how that pops out a little bit? So I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. And now it'll lay flat. Okay? And then we'll just do that with the other one. Once I get that other piece on there and glue it back together, then I will install it up here on this one. That'll look kind of nice. All right, now on to the templates. Hi, this is Terry again, and as you can tell, we're in the second half of video 4. I had cut the end of video 4 off because I had done a part on templates and I went off on some sort of a rambling thing and Anyway, it just didn't really work out, so I had to cut that part out. And here we are, attempt number 2. So all we're going to cover in this second half is the part about your templates and kind of how to get them organized and get them ready to put in your template keeper. Now, what you want to do is you want to assemble what you want to do is you want to assemble the templates that are ready to go, and I have sorted them into different sizes and types. Now, these are my circles that I use to compass to draw out. These are blanks that I can use. I can stamp on them. I can use them as templates for other things, you know, and draw them out on printed paper. I can do all kinds of things with them. These are some very small tags that I'm not going to use, and I didn't bother to make templates out of them. I've just decided to use them as templates themselves. These are some larger tags, same thing, not going to use them, so I'm going to use them as templates. These are long tags. This is a small field guide cover and the little pocket that it goes into. Some other miscellaneous longer items. And what you want to do is you want to get out your template keeper, and for things like this you're going to want to make sure that it's going to fit inside the envelopes, because they're not going to fit in our little ones. So we're going to want to test it and see, because it looks like it's going to fit, but when we go to fold it, no, it's going to fit. When we go to fold it, it'll fit. Okay, same thing with these. Now remember, we're going to put some pockets in as well, so these are going to fit fine. We're going to do the pockets and stuff in the next video. So you just want to check and see and make sure that everything fits. I also found these templates on how to make origami shapes, and I thought it was funny because I said to myself, well, I'll just fold this in half and I'll put that in my template keeper too, and then I realized I was folding the origami. Never mind, bad joke. I can't even believe I put it in the second version of this video. So the other thing you might want to do is some of these pre-made ones, you might want to make templates out of them and then put them in the kit that they came from. So just get the kits out one at a time and go through and see if there's any specialty shapes like this one that has this kind of a different top to it that you might want to make a template out of. Same with this one. And this one. I'm putting them against the white ones so that you can see them. And this one opens out into a folded one, so you might want to make a template out of that. So you might want to make a template out of that. Then you can always store it folded in half. Okay, so those are some things. So those are the things that you want to take into account. You also want to take into account how big you made your template keeper. Remember, we're going to add some pockets, so you're not limited by the number of envelopes, you know, that we have places to stuff stuff inside of. And we're also going to need some labels so we know what's inside of our envelope when we stuff stuff inside of them. I'm going to make a template with some words on it, and I'll make it available to you if you're a member of the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. The link will be going across the screen right now, and it's also at the end of the video, and it's also underneath the video, so a little bit of overkill there for you. Anyway, then you can use those words and print them out, and you know, on any kind of paper, or just cut them out and ink them and put them like on this part of your envelope, or this part right here, so that you know what is inside. Okay, so you're going to want to think about that. Now, when you have your template sorted and you're going to open this, And you're going to want to decide what are you going to put where. Like something like this, something odd that's just a, let me put it here, something odd that's just the top. It almost kind of looks like half a cloud, that you could put over the top of something else, but you wanted to keep it as a template. Something like that could actually go inside one of these, could actually go inside one of these smaller ones. So you could label this odds and ends, you know, something like that. And like I said, I will provide some different words, and hopefully I can, and maybe in some different sizes and different fonts. We'll see how that goes. And once again, I haven't done the end part because I made more to add to the end. And I found another envelope that I had already painted green. So I'm going to use that. And then if you remember in the last video, I had that offcut that wasn't really the right size. So I'm going to use it to make my inside piece. So that's why we keep our scraps and our offcuts. If you can hear my stomach growling, please ignore it. Now I also have a bin here. Now, as we all know, I have a template drawer. So I'm going to be able to put my template keeper in that drawer. Then never fear, there's going to be a part 2 series where we make a large template keeper, and that's going to be to keep all of our big templates in that won't fit inside the one that we just made. Okay, so let me kind of pick these up here in some sort of an orderly fashion. Maybe I'll turn them. Left and right. So now see, like this one is a template for an envelope that doesn't have a top. So it's sort of like a, and then this card fits in here. So you don't want to separate out the two. I mean, I'm sure you could cut a card that would fit in it. I'm sure you guys are all able to do that. But if you have a template, even though it's just a rectangle and you know for sure it fits in here, why not keep them together? Okay, these crazy pockets, on a side note, another side note, these crazy pockets all came from a Victoria design kit. And that kit, I believe, is called Life Notes. Yes, it's called Life Notes, and it's a ginormous kit. There's over 200 things in it. There's several books, several booklets, some other templates like to make boxes to slide your books into, and just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's where I got these crazy templates for these crazy pockets. Can you see there? Now it shows torn edges. I did not cut torn edges. I know how to tear an edge. So, but these come in different sizes. They already have the markings. Remember, we already talked about, I think that you know to score and fold right where the points meet. That's where the straight lines go across. All right, so I can already make these. I can use these for the different sizes. And I know that these are the ones that were specifically, I said it, made. Here's a corner one to have the edges torn. And so look, there's tons of these. There's different sizes, different tear styles, all kinds of different stuff. These are some pockets that came from something else actually. This is a triangle pocket keeper. I haven't sorted these yet. This one is, I already cut it out to be torn, but as you can see on some of them I wrote tear. I don't know why, but so I'm going to keep all of these together because they came from one kit, hence the giant paper clip. And then I'm going to keep these together because they came from a kit as well, even though I don't know what kit they came from because I forgot to label them, so that I could go back and get more. So these technically aren't templates. They can be templates, but I guess technically they shouldn't go in my template keeper. They should go in with my fussy cuts, pockets. Okay, so now once we've got all these, you're going to want to lay out your template keeper, and you're going to need to decide how many envelope places you have. So you're going to have 1, I can't believe my stomach's growling this loud, 2, 3, and then you're going to have some pockets, right? And then you've got 4, 5, and then on the back side there's going to be room for 1 more small envelope if you want to put it there. If you're just going to use this as a flap over, or if you're going to put a brad here and wrap the string around, you may not want that little envelope there. That's totally up to you. That's why I didn't make a 3rd one for this one. I'm going to wait until I add the rest of it on and then do that. But anyway, you're going to want to lay it out and decide what you're going to put where. If you're going to make some pockets, if you've got some longer tag templates, then you're just going to want to take a piece of paper. I have a piece of paper. You're just going to want to take a piece of paper and then just take your sections and just draw a general idea. Okay, so this is, I think my dog's tummy's grumbling too. He's in here. So let's say this section is 1, 2, 3, 4 wide, and you're going to have a place for pockets. So let's just divide this paper into 4. Well, that's not very 4-ish, is it? I guess dividing it down the middle and then dividing those middles into half, or those sides into half, would give me 4. This is just a very, very bad guesstimate. Okay, so then in section 1, you could just write down, you know, a pocket and what you want to put in it. Tags, long, because you got a nice long area here to put some large tags in, or tags large. Now you know you need to make a pocket for there. Okay, then here you've got an envelope inside, so you've got a pocket, and I know that you guys think I make these things too difficult, but if you're going to organize, then you're going to want to organize. I mean, why not do it right? And then you'll put your label here, and then you'll know what's inside this pocket, because you can't see inside of it. We didn't make see-through pockets, even though that would be kind of a good idea. If you hear crashing and banging, the neighbors upstairs are moving, sort of like that. It sounds like they're taking their bed apart. What good timing. So anyway, you're going to want to go through and do that for each section. Make another page with 4 sections, because obviously when you flip this over, you're going to have 4 sections, but you're only going to have the 1 pocket. Oh, that might be the place I was going to put the other envelope. So you're going to have 1 pocket on the back side, but you're going to have 3 places for, or you're going to have 2 envelopes on the back side. I'm sorry, I'm not quite wide awake this morning. You're going to have 2 envelopes on the back side as well, and then you're going to have a small envelope if you put 1 here, and then you'll have 2 more big places for pockets. You might be able to make 2 pockets if you've got smaller ones and you don't want them to get lost inside of a big envelope. So you could do that as well. So just kind of plan it out and decide what you're going to do. My dog's upset that they're moving. I'm upset that they're moving. We've been neighbors for a long time, something like 6 years. And they've been really great neighbors. I'm not folding this up correctly because I'm not paying attention. Anyway, in case you're wondering about the quiet voice, I also have a headache. So that's all you need to do for this section. Just kind of make a plan. You've got your template keeper done. You've got your templates sorted. So now you just need to decide where you're going to put them in your template keeper. This will also let you know if you went ahead and waited to put your end piece on like I waited, then you'll know if you need to add more sections on, or if you're going to make a second one. It just depends. Maybe the templates that are this kind, that are for shapes, circles, pentagrams, hexagrams, things like that, which are not bad to have templates of, by the way. It's much easier to do it once and do it in maybe 3 sizes and paper clip them together, and then you've got them. Then you could put that in a separate one, a separate smaller one. Okay, so those are just some ideas for that. Now in the last section, the last video, we're going to I'm going to go ahead and make up some pockets, and I'm going to have the words made up, and then I'm going to show you an example of how you can put your template keeper together and have a finished product. Okay, so that's the end for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.